Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of this Tuesday afternoon here at MadWorldTarot. And now, of course, we've seen the Parkles pop up in Vancouver, the ice hockey. They're there on a promotional blitz for the Invictus Games. I did a reading on the Invictus Games yesterday and the scandal that is allegedly brewing. And I saw that there would be pop-ups like this, Knight of Wands, sudden pop-ups. Look at me, here I am, the war veteran, come to get attention for the Invictus Games, and most of all for me. And there they were with their monogram on the huge board at the games, and there he was tripping over himself and forgetting to drop the puck at the start of the game. And there they were with Marcus Anderson. Marcus Anderson popped up. He does from time to time. He seems to be a constant in their lives. Some people speculate that he might even live with them from time to time. It's an interesting man. We know almost nothing about him. But the Daily Mail came out and said the Sussexes were seen with their matchmaker, Soho House mogul Marcus Anderson. Interesting. I don't think anyone has come out quite so blatantly and said that Marcus Anderson from Soho House is the man that put this deal together. Let's call it a deal because it's deal or no deal. That's what it was, seemingly, and still is. And they go on to say that Marcus Anderson was the one that arranged a private room for them on their first date at Soho House. How cozy. I wonder if there were cameras rolling, like apparently there are wherever the Sussexes go. People speculate even the other night at the variety event there might have been some sort of recording device on board the beige dress. All speculation, of course, but interesting that the Queen is rumoured to have swept a Sandringham for bugs before that Megxit meeting, and she wasn't allowed to phone in. So anyway, the Daily Mail goes on to explain that Marcus is very good friends with Misha Nonu, who was, of course, at the Katy Perry concert the other night, and she is the one who is said to have introduced Harry and Meghan. So all that stuff about Instagram and blah blah and various other candidates. Nah, Marcus Anderson, Misha Nonu, Marcus Anderson, Soho House connections. Other kinds of connections possibly with Misha that are speculated about from time to time. We're not going to speculate about them here today. I'm sure lots of you know the speculations, but let's remind you while we shuffle, and I've forgotten to tell you, it's the Guardian of the Night Tarot, but while we shuffle the Guardian of the Night Tarot, let's remind you, it is just tarot, all for fun, all for entertainment, all speculation, all my opinion. I just read energy here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. And what we are reading on now, we're going to do a Celtic cross. We're going to look at Marcus Anderson, the alleged matchmaker, according to the Daily Mail. And we're going to see what's going on right now with him and the Sussexes. What's his role in their life now? And past his role in getting them together. What's going to be happening in the near future as things creak and possibly fall apart? What's Marcus going to be up to? And what are his views, his intentions towards Harry and Meghan? And the outcome of this Celtic cross I'm going to do, a little bit of a tweaked one, is going to be, are we ever going to find out the truth? This seems to me like a shot across the bows from the Daily Mail. And there have been a few recently. I know people are endlessly disappointed at all the Parkle stories, making the Daily Mail some lovely money. Of course, there's a court case on between them and has been and various others. So they have to tread carefully for now, and I'm sure one of the reasons why there is a court case is to silence them if perhaps they know more than they're letting on. But from my perspective, they know stuff and they're pointing out that they know stuff. I think that's what's going on. That's my speculation. Anyway, let's see what's going on with Marcus. We have the Ten of Cups, and it is the Guardian of the Night Tarot. And if I forgot to show you, that's it for those of you who might be interested. Ten of Cups, that is the happy family card. A happy little threesome that shows up from time to time. Very cozy, Very cozy, nestled right into that little household is he. Right in. Way in. Some people speculate that possibly even with the children, there is something maybe there more than we know about. Again, just speculating. 10 of Cups, very cozy. Very cozy. Usually the 10 of Cups, normal Rider-Waite has mother, father and 2 children with their backs to us, looking at a rainbow and a little house, and it's all lovely. Interesting. Rainbow, of course, Marcus is rainbow inclined. So that's very much his energy. I always get the feeling that he's got lots of water energy in him. I don't know what his birthday is, what sign he is, know nothing about him. Interesting. Situation with Marcus and the Parkles and matchmaking and what is going on. We got the Ace of Swords in reverse. Truth, hidden truths, stuff that is strategic, stuff that is deceptive with that Ace of Swords, stuff that is behind the scenes quite ruthless, quite dangerous, deceptive, dishonest. I'm not accusing him of being deceptive and dishonest. I'm saying the situation might be quite different to the way it appears with the 10 of Cups. Quite different. The energy around it might be much more threatening, much more dangerous, sinister, dark. Challenges for him in his connection with the Parkles. Queen of Wands, her. Her. She's literally the Queen of Wands, the Leo lady, the drama queen, managing her energy. But also, she's the one who wants the crown. There's the crown, the crown of stars above that lioness. It's wanting that elevated status. And as I say, we saw their monograms on that big jumbotron or whatever it's called, the giant screen. That silly monogram of theirs, the royal one. Who organized it? Who is trying to elevate her for some reason? He is only trying to elevate her. What's going on behind the scenes? His real role with this couple, getting this couple together, keeping this couple together. 5 of Wands. Competition card. Yes, fighting. 5 of Wands is one of the fighting cards. But it is about getting to the top of the heap. And he's worked his way up, just like Megan has worked her way up. They may be kindred spirits, twin souls even, Marcus and Megan. Clawed their way up the greasy pole. This is his entree to high society. He does have other entrees through his work with Soho House, and seems to be a fixer. You want something, he's your man, can get you whatever you want. But this is social climbing, the 5 of Wands. This is, I want to get higher and higher and higher and higher. Not just literally the way Harry wants to get higher and higher, but socially. Social climbing is all about social climbing. And I guess that's some reward for ego to climb to the top of the greasy pole. But I'm sure also it's quite lucrative up there at the top of the greasy pole. It's not a money card per se, but it is a competition card. It is, I want to be top dog. What's his focus right now with the happy couple? And his focus is the world in reverse. Things are not going very well. Also, it's my publicity card. I don't think he likes being seen out and about with them. It's interesting that he made that brief appearance, just as he made that appearance that day she was out hiking, allegedly. I use the term very loosely. When Harry was away. Or not away. Some people speculate that it was a visiting day for Harry and the children, and so she and Marcus went out to be pepped. This card tells me lots of things. It tells me he doesn't like to be seen, but it tells me he's a busy bee, the bee right there at the center of that world card. It tells me that he is spinning a web. He is the center of that web. And perhaps these appearances are little reminders of whatever this Ace of Swords in reverse represents. Whatever is held over, possibly, allegedly, speculating, whatever might be threatened, whatever secrets might be exposed if there isn't compliance and good behavior. I'm speculating, of course, that this man has possibly, because he is a fixer and because of his Soho House connections, has some kind of leverage in this situation. And I'm trying to choose my words very carefully. I'm not accusing him of anything nefarious. I need to make that very clear. But he might just know stuff that we're not privy to. Uncomfortable stuff that sure the world doesn't need to know about. My publicity card, the world, and it's in reverse. Tell us about the past, about the matchmaking, about the arranging the private room. Tell us about that. Wow, we got the Three of Swords in reverse. Phew. Interesting. Interesting, because I often get the feeling with Marcus and Megan that he's her real, if she's ever loved anyone, she's loved him. And that Three of Swords is the first thing that I think about when I think of that. I think that is really where her heart belongs. And the Three of Swords in tarot can very often mean a third party in a relationship, an extra person in a relationship. And as I say, he does seem to be the third that lives with them, hovers around. There's been talk that Harry was quite upset in the early days of their relationship, that wherever she was, there he was. And what's going on? And that's Three of Swords energy. Some entanglement with the three of them that is difficult, that has caused pain. And maybe at some level causes pain for all of them. For Harry, for Marcus, for Megan. That it's a difficult situation, even though we have this Ten of Cups as our underlying energy. And Ten of Cups, of course, is not all it's cracked up to be. That's normally how people interpret it. It's pretend happy. Put the happy face on. Like those influencers who pretend to have the perfect family, and then you find out that they've chained their children and they're not feeding them and doing terrible things that you can't even imagine people could contemplate doing. But we seem to be in a world where people are doing things that we can't contemplate. Anyway, so yeah, also maybe both coming from a place of heartbreak, Harry and Meghan, failed relationships, both looking for the perfect partner, getting older, getting worried that they're never going to settle down, never going to find the perfect person, has been feeling that, she feeling that. And so there is a desire to heal. And perhaps that is why they got match made, that they somehow suited each other from an emotional point of view, from a wound point of view. And the relationship, if you look at chakras and things like that, their relationship does seem to be all about wounds. And a lot of people connect over their wounds. They get stuck in that fourth chakra energy of our relationship is all about how we've been wronged. And together we are going to face the world and carry our wounds into the world and reflect our wounds in each other. It's quite common. So anyway, that's what that card has to say to me. Future as things continue to unravel, in my opinion. What's he going to be doing? What's he up to? And we got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is Harry. This is Harry not being compliant. This is Harry not doing what he's meant to do, which is make money, stick around, plod along, slowly get towards the goal. This is Harry falling off his horse, land on his head. This is Harry tripping at the ice hockey and nearly landing, face planting in front of thousands of people. This is Harry not obeying and doing what he's supposed to do, which is make them all tons of money. So, unfortunate analogy, but flogging a dead horse. Perhaps there is going to be some flogging, and I don't mean in the censored version of the flogging. Let's just put it that way. Right. Marcus's intentions towards the two of them. Harry first, his view of them, his intentions from what we can gauge, reading energy. Harry, interestingly, has got the Empress energy around him. This is the goose that laid the golden egg, the Empress card. Very interesting that it's female energy that's come out for Harry. Very interesting. But of course, the Empress, as I say, is about abundance. It's about it's Venus energy. Venus is very attractive. There could be speculating, just because of the energy of the card, there could be some degree of attraction there that he feels, or that they feel mutually. There's a lot of speculation about, as Lady C has talked about, roses and pansies. So we could be talking in gardening metaphors. We could be talking about that kind of thing here with this Empress card. Just saying. As I say, try to tiptoe around these things because of censorship and all the rest of it. Anyway, you know why. But of course, also the goose that laid the golden egg. This is an abundance card. Venus rules love and money. Interestingly, it always fascinates me that. And so this is the big payday that's promised here. That's promised in the world in reverse. It hasn't delivered. That the Five of Wands is referencing that the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is in future energy isn't delivering. So that's interesting. How does he feel about Megan? What's his attitude to her, his intentions, whatever's. Scooching cards. We got the Hermit in reverse. Ooh. That's Harry, of course, the Hermit. Hermit in reverse, somebody who's deluded, misguided. He might be looking at her and thinking that she has been astray, that it hasn't worked out the way it was supposed to work out with has-been, because he's in reverse. That she, in fact, has messed this whole situation up. She's been deluded, been misguided, made some bad choices, followed wrong advice maybe. And of course the advice was, go to America, you're so popular, you can outdo the royals, make tons of money, it'll be brilliant, go on Oprah, blah blah. Bad advice, bad advice. And he sees it. He's perhaps looking at her and thinking, you really messed this whole thing up with Harry. Messed it up. Also, of course, he's looking at her and thinking that she's trying to come back into the public eye. She was out of the public eye for a long time this year, months and months behind closed doors while she lost that huge amount of weight, and Harry was out and about doing his thing. Now she's trying to get back in circulation. She's trying to raise her profile. Queen of Wands, elevating, all of that stuff. And oh dear, it's not going very well. Big cards, Empress, Hermit coming out in this reading for them. His hopes and fears with the situation with the Parkles that he put together, this couple that he basically put together. Here we've got the divorce card, Justice in reverse, legal proceedings, splitting, dividing assets, having to figure this all out. If they're in community of property or whatever it is in California, nobody seems quite to know what the jurisdiction will be and what property regime and division of assets and all that kind of stuff will happen when it happens, as it's going to happen with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Losing control over that Knight of Pentacles. Justice card in reverse. He's very worried about what's going to happen on divorce, because the goose that laid the golden egg is going to make his getaway. And then what? Where's the money going to come from? And it's very interesting that he showed up at an event that the Parkles were attending, ostensibly to promote the Invictus Games. And as I say, there is trouble brewing there. We know that because two very senior executives have just been given the heave-ho. Who's benefiting? Cui bono? I think I used that expression recently in a reading about precisely that. Is he benefiting? Just asking. Just inquiring. I think I'm entitled to speculate about things like that when I get a card like this in a reading. Because justice in reverse doesn't only mean divorce, it also means legal proceedings, just generally in reverse. Troubling for him, possibly. He who likes to stay in the shadows, the world in reverse, doesn't want the spotlight on him. Outcome. What are we ever going to find out? What's going to happen to him in particular in this story? We got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I think this is extra Five of Pentacles in reverse. Very interesting. Out. Cast out. Exiled. Financial trouble. Out of that inner circle he's been trying so hard to get into with that Five of Wands. He's going to be thrown out. Very much so. When he makes his getaway, is he going to? Five of Pentacles is what awaits. And it's in reverse. For me, that means extra Five of Pentacles. Extra exile. Extra financial trouble. Extra ostracization. Out in the cold. There you have it. That's your reading. Thanks for watching. Disclaimer in the box below, as ever. I'll see you again tomorrow.